Okay, today we'll start Unit 2. In Unit 2, we are discussing the AC quantities. So in Unit 1, we have discussed DC circuits and problems on DC circuits, DC transients we have seen. In Unit 2, we'll discuss AC. In DC, we'll have only magnitude. In DC, we'll have only magnitude. But in AC, we'll have both magnitude and phase angle. In AC, we'll have both magnitude and phase angle. So in Unit 2, we are discussing these things. Okay. So before going to AC, we should know three quantities. Before going to discuss AC, we should know three quantities. One is first one is instantaneous value. Second one, average value. Third one, so in AC, we have, before discussing AC, we should know these three. First one is instantaneous value. Second one is average value. Third one is RMS or effective value. Third one is RMS or effective value. RMS is also called as, RMS means root mean square. RMS means root mean square or effective value. So we'll see one by one. First we'll see instantaneous value. Because these three are necessary in AC. If you know these three, then only you can solve the AC problems. Then only you can solve AC quantities. Okay. First we'll see the instantaneous value. First I am discussing the instantaneous value, IV. Instantaneous value is equal to write down, instantaneous value is equal to peak value into trigonometric function. Write down, instantaneous value is equal to peak value into trigonometric function. Trigonometric function may be sine wave or cos wave. The trigonometric function may be sine wave or cos wave. Formula for instantaneous value is peak value into trigonometry. Peak value is also called as maximum value. Peak value is also called as maximum value. Write down in your notes. These are very important. Instantaneous value is equal to peak or maximum value. Both are one and same. Into trigonometric function. TF means trigonometric function. The trigonometric function may be sine wave or cos wave. Anyone. Based on the, if you are taking sine wave in your problem, we'll take sine, trigonometric function. If you are taking cos, we'll take cos in trigonometric function. So first I am discussing instantaneous values here. So before going to the instantaneous value, now tell me what is the time period? What do you mean by time period? Okay.
Time taken for completing one cycle.
Okay, time taken for completing one cycle. What do you mean by one cycle?
One complete wavelength.
One complete cycle, that is positive and negative. See, positive, negative. The same sequence is repeated. Again, the same sequence is repeated second time. So one sequence, one pattern sequence, plus and minus. The positive plus is called positive cycle. Above x-axis it is called positive cycle. Below x-axis it is called negative cycle. So one positive and negative cycle is called one cycle. We are taking the time period for one cycle. Second cycle is this one. From 2 pi to 4 pi is the second cycle. First cycle is 0 to 2 pi. Your time period for this waveform is 2 pi. For one cycle, what is the period? That is called the time period. Okay. Note down. Time period is for one cycle. One cycle is called, for one cycle, if you calculate the time, that is called time period. Here, the same sequence will be repeated for the second cycle also. If it is 0 to 2 pi is one cycle, next to 2 pi to 4 pi is also 2 pi. The time period is 2 pi only. Same pattern is repeated. Okay, that is called time period. You should know clearly. One cycle means both positive, negative cycle. Otherwise, one sequence, one pattern in the sequence is called the time period, one cycle. Okay. Now I will define the instantaneous value. So 0 is called one instant. If you take 30 degrees, that is one instant. 90 degrees, sine 90 is 1. If you take sine 90, sine 90 is 1. Okay, maximum value will get at 90 degrees at pi by 2. At pi by 2 will get maximum value. At pi it is sine 0 is 0, sine pi is 0. Again, this is 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. 0 plus 90 is pi by 2. 90 plus 90 is pi. Pi means 180. 180 plus 90, 270. 3 pi by 2 is 270. 3 pi by 2 is 270. Again, 270 plus 90, 2 pi. For every 90 degrees, we will get either 0 or peak value. So we are getting 0, sine 0 is 0, sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi is 0. Okay. Now I will define the instantaneous values. Instantaneous value is equal to maximum value or peak value into trigonometric function. Now I am taking on x-axis I am taking omega t, on y-axis I am taking instantaneous value. Here I am defining the instantaneous value. Instantaneous value is represented in small letter. Instantaneous value is represented with small v. On y-axis I am taking the instantaneous value. On y-axis I am taking the instantaneous value. That is equal to, what is the peak value of voltage? Vm sine omega t. Vm is the peak value. Vm is the maximum value or peak value. Instantaneous value is small letter. Instantaneous value is small letter v. That is equal to maximum value. M means maximum. V suffix m. Maximum value into sine omega t. Trigonometric function is sine omega t I am taking. Now I am taking at instant 0. At instant 0, at omega t is equal to, when omega t is equal to 0, your instantaneous value is sine 0 is 0, that is 0 volts. Now I'm taking the instant pi by 6. What is pi by 6? Pi by 6 means what is the degree in degrees? What is the value?
30.
30, sir.
30 degrees. V is equal to Vm sine 30. Sine 30 is
1/2.
okay. Next omega. At instant I am taking pi by 2. V is equal to Vm sine 90. That is Vm into 1.
1.
Okay. Next omega t is equal to 120 degrees you take. Vm sine 120. That is Vm into sine 120 is root 3 by 2. Vm into 0.886. What is the value? Root 3 by 2 value. Can we, is it okay? Root 3 by 2. What is the value of root 3 by 2?
0.86.
0.86, sir.
0.86. Okay. Next, omega t is at instant 180 degrees. At each and every instant, I am calculating the value. Instantaneous value. Instantaneous value meaning is at every instant, what is the value? That is the meaning of instantaneous value. Now take omega t is equal to 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 means sine 270. That is equal to minus 1. At omega t is equal to 2 pi. So, see here, at each and every instant I have taken the value. At 0 degrees, now here I am taking on the, 1 second. First write down this, then I will explain the graph. Okay, see here now. 0, pi by 2, it is pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. Next here I am y-axis, I am taking 0.5 Vm. This is 1 into Vm minus 1 into Vm. What at omega t is equal to 0, what is the instantaneous value V?
0.
0, sir.
Okay, 0. At 30 degrees, your value is 0.5. Let us take this is 30 degrees. At 30 degrees, this is 0.5. At 90 degrees, the value is 1. At 120 degrees, it is 120 means here. It is 0.86. At 180 degrees, it is 0. At 270 degrees, it is minus 1. Again, at 2 pi, it is 0. Join all these points. So if we join all these instantaneous values, we will get sine curve. So instantaneous meaning is 0 is 1 instant, 30 degrees is 1 instant, 90 is 1 instant, pi is 1 instant, 3 pi by. Not only these values, we can take at any value, we will get the instantaneous value. If we join all these values, we will get the instantaneous voltage V. Okay. V instantaneous voltage is defined as peak value into trigonometric function. Instantaneous at each and every instant we can determine the value. So if we join all these points, we'll get the curve, sine curve. We'll get the entire instantaneous. By using the instantaneous values, we can determine this complete waveform, complete voltage. Okay. So you had to remember the formula. What is that formula? Not only for this problem, for any problem, instantaneous value is equal to peak value into trigonometric function. Okay. That's what I want to tell. This is the first formula. Now we'll go to the average value. Second, if you know the instantaneous value, then only we can determine average and RMS value. How? We'll see now. So x-axis what you have taken? Omega t. Y-axis v, small v, instantaneous. Instantaneous value is equal to peak value into sine of x-axis value, omega.
So here sine and cos means it depends upon the question given, or just we have to take how we can
No.
take, sir.
We should not take that. In the problem they will give. Suppose in your house you are having current. Let us take in your house your current is flowing. If that current is following the sine, suppose in your house it is cosinusoidally, we will take cos wave. So depending upon the nature of the current or voltage or power, if it is current, instantaneous current is equal to peak current into trigonometric function. If in our house the current is varying cosinusoidally, actually sine wave will start from 0. Sine 0 is 0. What is cos 0?
1, sir.
1. In your house, if the current wave, if the current is varying cosinusoidally, we will take cos wave. So depending upon the nature of current, depending upon the practical things, whatever is happening, depending on that only we will take, whether it is sine wave or cos wave. We won't decide that. In the problem they will give. We cannot determine that. They will give in the problem. Otherwise, if in the laboratory, if you observe the waveform, if it is varying sine wave, we will get in CRO you can observe. We have not done the experiments in the lab. If you do the experiments in the lab, if it is varying sinusoidally, we will take sine wave. If it is varying cosine, we will take cos.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, actually, you are going quite fast. We cannot able to match you.
Okay, sorry. I will slow down. No problem. Until now, any doubt? Instantaneous value.
No, sir, fine, sir.
Okay. I'll go very slow. Sometimes, without unknowingly, I may be going fast. Okay. I will slow down. Okay, see here. I have told instantaneous value is equal to peak value into that value may be current or voltage or power. Peak value, instantaneous value may be voltage or current or whatever it may be. The formula is same. General formula is instantaneous value is equal to peak value into trigonometric function. The trigonometric function will be sine or cos. Okay. So if you know the instantaneous value, we can determine the average value, whether it is the average voltage or average current or average power. For example, I am taking voltages here. We can take the current also. If in the problem, if it is current, we will take current. In the problem, if it is power, we will take P average, power average. Now for an example, I am taking the voltage. V average is equal to 1 by 1 by total, write down V average is equal to 1 by total time period, 1 by total time period, 1 by total time period of one cycle, total time period of one cycle. Okay. 1 by total time period of one cycle, integral of initial limit to final limit, initial limit to final limit, or initial value to final value, in brackets instantaneous value d omega t, instantaneous value d omega t. Now see here, if you know the instantaneous value, then I can determine average value. Without knowing the instantaneous value, I can't determine the average value. Remember this point. Then what do you mean by initial and final limit? The conduction period. Suppose let us take an example. I'm taking only example. See here. Now in this example, what is the time period of one cycle?
So 3 seconds.
What is the time period?
Sir, same.
Time period of one cycle. See here. T is equal to 3 seconds. In this example, time period is, this is called conducting period. This is called non-conducting period. Conducting period, non-conducting period. Conducting period, non-conducting. CP means conducting period. NCP means non-conducting period. Conducting period means we are getting some voltage of 10 volts. On y-axis you see 10 volts I am getting. For 0 to 1 second, it is conducting. From 1 to 3 seconds, for a period of 2 seconds, it is non-conducting. Now the same cycle is repeated, you see. After 3 to 6, 3 to 4, 1 second it is conducting. 4 to 6, 2 seconds it is not conducting. Similarly, third cycle. This is first cycle from 1 to 3. 3 to 6 is second cycle. 3 to 6 is second cycle. 6 to 9 is third cycle. So for one cycle, I'll take the conducting period. I'll take the time period, sorry. I'll take one time period. Time period means both conducting and non-conducting. We can define like this: conducting period and non-conducting period. Now, for this waveform, average value. Can you tell me the average? First, instantaneous value, tell me. For this waveform, instantaneous value, you tell me. What is the peak value?
Peak value is 10.
10.
10.
10, sir.
Peak value is 10. Trigonometric function here. Because it is a constant, magnitude is constant. See, at t is equal to 0, the magnitude is 10. At instant 0, magnitude is 10. At instant 0.1, magnitude is 10. At instant 0.5, magnitude is 10. At instant 1, the magnitude is 10. Okay. So here, for rectangle and square waveforms, peak value is Vm only. There is no trigonometric function. For sine or cos, instantaneous value is Vm into trigonometric function. Instantaneous value is equal to peak value into trigonometric function. But for rectangle and square waveforms, your instantaneous value is peak value. You remember this? For rectangle and square waveforms, your instantaneous value is equal to peak value. But for sine and cos waveforms, your instantaneous value is peak value into trigonometric. But here there is no trigonometric function in square and rectangular waveforms. So this is the instantaneous value. Okay. Now from the instantaneous value, I can determine the average value. See average value. What is the total time period of this? What is the total time period?
9.
One cycle I am asking, not 3 cycles.
1 cycle,
3.
3 seconds.
See
the formula. Time period of one cycle. It is 3.
3, sir.
It is 3. 1 by total time period of one cycle. What is the initial value? Initial limit in the waveform graph?
0.
0. What is the final limit?
And limit is 3.
7.
7.
7, sir.
Final limit is
7.
7.
no.
3, sir.
Only one cycle I had to take. I should
Only
not
3, sir.
consider in one cycle.
4.
8.
3, sir.
3, sir. 3. 3, sir. 3.
0.
From 0 to 1 I am taking, because 0 to 3 I won't take, because from 1 to 3 your value is 0. We won't get any average value there. If the graph is from 0 to 3 like this, we will take 0 to 3. In non-conducting period, the value is 0. Average value is 0. So I will take I will define this one as, see in the formula I can write the initial limit as 0 to Cp. Your final limit is conducting period, not the non-conducting period. Integral of initial limit is 0, final limit is conducting period. In one cycle, what is the value of conducting period? In one cycle, what is the value of conducting period? Your conducting period is 1, not
1.
3. Okay. That's why I'll take the limits 0 to 1. Suppose if it is conducting from 0 to 3, we'll take 0 to 3 in limits. Suppose if it is conducting from 0 to 2, up to 2, if you are getting the voltage, we'll take 0 to 2. Your limits are 0 to 2. Okay. Now your limit is 0 to 1. Integral of J. Now what is the instantaneous value in this?
Vm.
What is the value of Vm?
10.
10. Your instantaneous value is 10 d omega t. That is 1 by 3. 10 is constant. Take outside the integral. What is integral of d omega t? Integral of d omega t is omega t. Why it is omega t? Because on x-axis I am taking omega t, not t. Integral of d omega t is omega t. Now if you substitute the limits, we will get average value. This is the average value. Okay. The average value of this waveform is 3.33 volts. Average value of this waveform is 3.33 volts. Any doubt in the average value? Like this, we'll calculate the average value. Your limits are 0 to conducting period. Initial limit is 0 here. Conducting limit is up to 1 only, not up to 3. From 1 to 3, your voltage is 0 here. That's why you calculate the average voltage of this period from 0 to 1. I am calculating the average value. Your average value are getting 3.33 volts. That's all about the average voltage. You have to remember this formula. This formula can be applied to sine waveform, cosine waveform, square, rectangle, trapezium, pyramid. For any waveform, we can apply this formula. What is that formula? Average value is equal to 1 by total time period of one cycle, 1 by total time period of one cycle, integral of initial limit to final limit. Initial limit to conducting period. Final limit is conducting period into instantaneous value d omega t. If on x-axis if it is omega t, you will take d omega t. On x-axis if it is t, you will take dt. On x-axis if it is t, we will take dt. Suppose on x-axis if it is x, we will take dx. Okay. That is the average value. Next we will go for the RMS value. This is the formula for RMS value. See here, root means square. I am taking square here, also taking square for instantaneous voltage. See here, formula is same. Formula is same. The difference is squares I am taking here. Here I am taking square. Here I am taking square. Note down this formula. RMS value or effective value. In exam, they'll ask RMS or effective value. Both are one and same. RMS value is also called as the effective value. RMS value is also called as effective value. For average value, we are taking linear values. There is no square. In average value, there are no squares. That is linear value. Power is 1. But in RMS value, we are taking squares on both sides. Both sides means for here I am taking square. For instantaneous value also I am taking square. Instantaneous value also I am taking square. Now see here, root means square. If you bring this square to this side, it becomes square root. If you bring the square to this side, it is square root. It is square root. Root means square. This is the root mean of the instantaneous value I am taking. Mean of instantaneous value is square. Okay, mean means divided by time period. Okay, divided by time. This is root mean square. This is the formula. This formula can be applied to any waveform. Any waveform. Any waveform means whether it is sine, cos, rectangle, square, trapezium, hexagon, whatever it may be the waveform. We can apply this formula. Now I will determine the RMS value. I am taking the same example here. I am taking the same example. See. See the difference? Instantaneous value is same. Instantaneous value is equal to peak value for rectangular square waveform. Now see the difference here. Here I am taking square. V RMS square. Instantaneous value square. Your formula is, see the formula. IV, instantaneous value is 10. Instantaneous value square. That is 10 square. I am taking 10 square here. Note down this. V RMS square is equal to 1 by total time period. Your total time period of one cycle is 3. Your conducting limit is 0 to 1. Your conducting limit is 0 to 1. instantaneous value square d omega t. Write down this. First you write this formula. Then we can determine the RMS value.
Five 5.77, sir.
5.77.
This is your RMS value. Write a note. Write a note. RMS value is always greater than average value. RMS value is always greater than RMS value. Sorry, average value. RMS value is always greater than average value. RMS value is always greater than average value. So now we have discussed three formulas. One is instantaneous value, second is average value, third one is RMS value. If you know these three, then we can go for the AC. Then we can discuss the AC. Okay. Before going to the problems on AC, I think you have studied half-wave rectifier and full-wave rectifier in +2. Have you studied?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. In half-wave rectifier, first of all, what do you mean by rectifier?
It converts DC into an AC.
the
Rectifier means which converts AC to DC. So what is the formula you got? Average voltage in the half-wave rectifier? If you remember, you tell me. Otherwise, no problem. I will derive that. Okay, we'll see. We'll derive that. Average voltage of the half-wave rectifier and RMS value of the full-wave rectifier. Sorry, half-wave rectifier. First, you'll discuss half-wave rectifier. Then you'll go for the full-wave rectifier. Both average and RMS value of full-wave rectifier also. First, you'll see half-wave rectifier. So, in half-wave rectifier, which device you are using? Diode you are using?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Diode will act as rectifier. Diode will convert AC to DC here. See here. This is the AC symbol source. This is the AC voltage. Symbol for AC is this one, AC voltage. Symbol for AC voltage is this one. I'm taking the instantaneous voltage. V is equal to input voltage is instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous voltage is equal to peak voltage into trigonometric function.
So I'm sorry, but the video is lagging, so we can't see it properly.
Board is not clearly visible.
No, sir.
No,
Yes, sir, it is not
Network
because of your
bandwidth is low, sir.
bandwidth is low, sir.
Sometimes it is visible, sometimes it is not visible. 1 second, I will set that.
So now it is not visible, sir, clearly.
Yes, sir. Now it is
Bring
not
the
visible.
pitch. Is it visible? Still, it is not visible. I think
Somewhat blur, sir.
blurring is coming. One minute, I will log out and again I will log in here. 1 minute. Here, okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it's
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now here, I am discussing about the half-wave rectifier. In half-wave rectifier, diode will act as the half-wave rectifier. Diode will convert AC to DC. Here, this is the circuit symbol for the AC. This is, I am taking the input voltage. Here, input voltage, I am taking the instantaneous voltage. V is equal to your instantaneous voltage B is equal to Vm sin omega t. I am taking this as the input voltage. See, now I'll draw the input voltage. I'm drawing the graph for this input voltage. See, on y-axis, I'm taking V, instantaneous voltage. Your instantaneous voltage is the sine voltage. Here, I'm taking 2 cycles. Your peak voltage is Vm. Vm sin omega t. Your peak value is Vm. Now, what is the time period of one cycle here?
2 pi.
2 pi, sir.
Okay. T is equal to 2 pi. One cycle I am taking. Second cycle is repeating. Same pattern. Now, what is the input voltage? What I have told, input voltage?
Instantaneous
Vm sin
cycle
omega.
voltage. Vm sin
Vm
omega.
sin omega. Your input voltage is Vm sin omega t. What is your load in this circuit?
R.
R is the load. Okay. In your house, light is the load. Lights, fans, refrigerator, all these are the loads. Here I am taking the load as R. Resistive load I am taking. I will take the output voltage across the load. Here we are having input. Here we are having output. In between input and output, there is rectifier. In between input and output, there is rectifier. Diode is the rectifier. Then what is the formula for what is the output? So, okay. Before that, if diode is on, then current will flow in the circuit. If diode is off, what is your current?
0.
0. Because here open circuit. If diode is on, it is short circuited. Diode is on, it will be short circuited. If it is short circuited, current will flow. Suppose if diode is off, then diode it is open circuit here. In between anode and cathode, this is called anode terminal. This is the cathode terminal. If diode is open, there is open circuit in between anode and cathode. Then your current is 0. If diode is on, in between anode and cathode, there is short circuit. If there is short circuit, what is the output voltage? If diode is on, what is the output voltage V0?
IR.
IR. Voltage is equal to current multiplied by resistance. I am taking the voltage across this resistance only. Across the resistance only I am taking. So across the resistance V0 is equal to I into R. If it is on, diode is on. Okay. Now see the graph. From 0 to pi, we are having positive cycle. From pi to 2 pi, negative cycle. Okay, listen here. From positive cycle, see from 0 to pi, it is above the x-axis. The polarity is plus and minus. The polarity is plus and minus. From 0 to pi, the polarity is plus and minus. Now take from pi to 2 pi, the polarity will change. From pi to 2 pi,
Minus to
polarity
plus.
will change or not? Bipolarity.
Yes, sir.
Upper one is negative terminal, lower one is positive terminal. Why polarity is changing from pi to 2 pi? See the graph. Why polarity is changing from pi to 2 pi?
Negative.
Because
Because
Hence-
Negative above side.
it is changing the axis from positive side to negative side. From 0 to pi, the polarity is like this, plus and minus. From pi to 2 pi, the polarity is changing. The waveform is coming into negative cycle. So the direction is changed. If the direction is changed here also in the circuit, the polarity will change. It will be minus and plus. Totally.
So the video is getting blurred again.
What happened?
The video is getting blurred again.
Hello? I don't know why it is getting blurred. 1 minute. It is getting blurred. Okay. Is it not visible? Blurring is coming. It is little bit visible, I think. Letters are visible.
Sir, but write, don't write small, sir. We can't see it properly. If you write big, we can.
The
Okay.
network bandwidth is slow, so it's getting small. So
Okay, see here. Pi to 2 pi is visible. This one.
yes,
Pi to 2 pi. Okay. Pi to 2 pi is visible. See, from pi to 2 pi, the polarity is changed. From 0 to pi, the polarity is upper terminal is positive, lower terminal is negative. From pi to 2 pi, the polarity is minus and plus because it is changing the axis. See the graph. In the graph, it is changing that from pi to 2 pi, it is coming into negative cycle. That's why the direction of current will be reversed. I have already told you current always flows from
Negative to positive.
negative to positive. See in the upper diagram, current is flowing from negative to positive. But in the lower diagram, current flows from like this. Now listen here. In diode, current always flows from
Positive to negative.
anode to cathode. Okay. Current always
Anode to
flows from
cathode.
okay. In diode, current always flows from anode to cathode. Current will never flow from cathode to anode. Current will never flow from cathode to anode because diode is unidirectional device. Write down note. Write down note. Diode is the unidirectional device. Diode is unidirectional device. Diode is unidirectional device. Current always flows from anode to cathode. Current always flows from anode to cathode. Okay, up to this clear. Now see here, if anode is positive, If anode is positive and cathode is negative, diode is forward biased. Diode is forward biased. If anode is positive, diode will be on, forward biased. If anode is negative, diode is, if anode is negative, what happens to diode?
Diode gets off.
Current does not flow.
Off. Current doesn't.
Biased.
It's open circuit, sir.
That is reverse bias. Your diode is RB, reverse biased. If it is reverse biased, diode is open. Diode is open means it is off. Diode is open means diode will be off. Have you written this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
see the circuits. In the first case, diode is on or off?
Diode is on in the first.
Because anode is connected to positive terminal. Cathode is connected to negative terminal. Anode is connected to positive terminal. If anode is connected to positive terminal, your diode is forward biased, diode is on. Now see the second case, anode is connected to negative terminal. Anode is connected to negative terminal, that means diode is reverse biased, your diode will be
Off.
open. Off. Okay, open. If diode is open in the second case, in the first case, it is short circuited. Diode is on means short circuited. In the second case, diode is open circuit. First case means positive cycle. First case means positive cycle. First case means positive cycle. Second case is negative cycle. In negative cycle is from 0 to 2 pi. Diode is off. Diode is open. Diode is open. In the second case, diode is open. Now in the first case, what is the voltage? V naught is equal to
I into R.
I into R. In the second case, what is the output voltage?
V naught.
0.
0, sir, again.
In the second case, it is current is 0, 0 multiplied by R, 0 volts. That means only during positive cycle, we will get output voltage. Now see the graph. So I am drawing the output voltage. See now, this is the input voltage. Now I'll draw the output voltage. So from 0 to pi, I'm getting output voltage V naught. Just like input voltage, I'm getting the output voltage. Just like the input voltage, I'm getting out. From pi to 2 pi, I'm not getting output voltage. From pi to 2 pi, I'm not getting output. Why?
So V naught is equal to 0.
Negative circuit.
In negative cycle, your diode is open. In open circuit, your voltage is 0. In
Reverse
open
bias.
circuit, your voltage. Again, from 2 pi to 3 pi, I am getting output voltage. That means only during positive cycles, I am getting output voltage. During negative cycles, I'm not getting the output voltage. So for this output voltage, I have to derive the average value and RMS value. In the next class, we'll derive the output voltage value for this half wave rectifier. For this, why it is called half wave means only for the half of the wave period I'm getting the output voltage. And we are converting this AC to DC. See here, what do you mean by AC? If you are having both positive and negative cycle, that is called AC. If you are having only one polarity, only positive cycles, that is called DC. You may get the doubt, why you are calling this one as DC? There are two types of DCs. See, first one is the constant DC. Second one is called pulsating DC. In pulsating, see, there is no negative cycle here. This first one is called constant DC. Second one is called pulsating DC. All are positive, one polarity, only one polarity. If you take the average of these two, you will get positive value only. There is no negative value here. But see here in the first case, we are having both positive polarity and negative polarity. This is the AC. I'm converting this AC to DC. I'm converting this AC voltage to DC. This is the input voltage is AC. Output voltage is DC. Is it clear now? What do you mean by AC and DC?
Sir, then
Yes, sir.
average voltage in AC current is 0, right?
Not getting what again?
In AC current, the average voltage is 0, right?
Average value is 0. AC, if you take the average of these two, it becomes 0. But how we'll calculate, we'll see in full wave rectifier. In full wave rectifier, negative cycle is also converted to positive cycle. That we'll see in the next class. For time being, remember that whatever you are telling, that is correct. If you take the average of these two, AC, 0. Because if you add positive and negative, it becomes 0. Average is 0. Now here it is not 0. If you take the average of these two positive cycle, if you take average of one cycle, it won't become 0. It is only positive value. We'll derive in the next class. Average value and RMS value of the half wave rectifier. After completing this, we'll go for the full wave rectifier. Until now, I have not explained the average value and RMS value for half wave rectifier. I have explained only concept, how it behaves in positive cycle and negative cycle. Okay, wait for some time, I'll take attendance. Still any doubt? We'll see in the next class. Then it will be clear.